So I don't know if this is his real name, but we're going to give Sam his opportunity now. Sam, good morning.
Good morning. Why do you think I'm a liberal?
It's just the way you sound. The tone of your voice is liberal.
I'm pretty damn conservative, and I'm a registered Republican.
Okay.
So
all right. I'm giving you the chance. I'm apologizing in a sense for yelling at you off the air, and my presumption is incorrect. Go ahead. Tell me about Sam.
Oh, as a lifelong conservative and a registered Republican, I have the world's biggest case of TDS because the Republican Party has been disintegrated and replaced with the world's dumbest cult of personality. And I'm glad you're not 100% into Trump, but even if you're 2% into Trump, that's 2% too much. You ought to spend some time. You ever check out the website, The Bulwark?
No.
They center-right, never Trump website. It's pretty good. You should spend some time
What's
there.
it called? Bulwark?
The Bulwark.
The Bulwark. Okay. I'll look at it.
Yeah, it's all conservative guys from Fox News and other places like that.
All right.
That actually have they have a spine and a backbone, and they're like, we're not going along with this MAGA BS.
Okay, so how do you?
I don't need to pay.
How do you? Let me ask this question. So you call and you attack, and it makes me think you don't listen to me. So how did you find this station to do these kinds of things? Is my point.
I have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
You can find me under the Seminar Caller.
Hold on.
And,
I'm gonna look for you. So the Seminar Caller.
I called the Seminar Caller on YouTube.
All right.
And I call different MAGA shows and bust their balls.
Okay.
Because there's just so much stupidity and nonsense that they spew out on a daily basis.
Okay, I respect what you're doing because I believe in dissent when it's called for. My friend Gordon wants to ask you a question.
If I may, Sam.
Sure.
It's kind of a two-part question, but the first part is if you had to give me the three biggest disagreements with Trump's policies, not that he's an idiot, because clearly he irritates a lot of people, what are the three policy errors that he's making that makes you this mad?
Well, top of mind right now is Iran. As someone who lived in Israel for a year, I have no love lost for the Iranian regime and the mullahs.
Yeah.
But having the two biggest morons, Trump and Hegseth, running this thing it's a comedy of errors. It's farcical. So it's not the policy, it's the execution is a joke.
Okay, so you don't like them. I got that. So would you prefer that we stayed out of Iran?
No, I would have preferred that we found a way. It wouldn't be easy, but we find a way to accomplish regime change and to get them to abandon their nuclear program.
Do you have dual citizenship?
Bombing the hell out of them is clearly not the right strategy.
Do you have dual citizenship?
And Trump got duped by Netanyahu that this would be another Venezuela.
Okay.
Because Trump's an idiot, and you can talk him into anything.
But for this conversation,
tell him some nice things and give him some money for the ballroom.
For this conversation, try not to just reduce it to Trump's an idiot, because we can agree or disagree on that, and I think Lee and I both probably agree there's some really silly things he does. So, like, what's another policy issue? And the final question for me is going to be, who would you replace him with? What Republican talent out there is okay with you right now?
I'll get to that in a second. Another policy, and again, it's not the policy, it's the execution.
Okay, so you don't like Trump.
Yeah, so that's fine.
That's fine.
You don't like Trump.
Take Doge as an example.
Yeah.
Great idea. We all want to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, okay? Unlike what conservatives say all day, there's no one that's actually for waste, fraud, and abuse, okay? Great. Root it out, get rid of it. I don't know if the guy that started a fake university in the 90s to scam people out of their money is the best person to root out fraud, but that's neither here nor there. So Doge was a good idea, but to have it headed by a ketamine addict followed by a bunch of 20-year-old brainiacs with blowtorches was probably not the best way to do it. Would you agree?
I think that he did a fine job as far as analyzing. I think that that not only Democrats but Republicans kind of chopped his knees off, so he moved on. I get that, but I'm more interested. You have criticism for these people, so who are we replacing them with?
I don't know, because there's no normal Republicans left.
So, given the choice,
I won't vote for any Republican that has the stench of Trump and MAGA on them.
What does explain to me what that means too? Because I think that's a very concerning and actually accurate portrayal of what 2026 is going to be, which is why I really disappointingly think that all the Republicans are going to get slaughtered in 2026. So how do you remove that stench and get you out there to vote for somebody who may have had support for certain Trump policies? Like, in other words, you say, okay, you want a regime change in Iran, but you don't like the way it's going about. But then somebody's running for office, let's say in your district, who is also for a regime change, but actually maybe had a Trump sign on his front yard. You're not voting for that person? That's the take I get from you?
Let me give you a perfect example. Let's look at Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio, in many regards, would make an excellent president. I would have supported him previously. He's the only adult left in the Trump administration. However, he took all his principles and morals and ethics and put him through a wood chipper in order to serve Donald Trump. So I could never vote for Rubio. The lack of character, his thirst to be president, that he's willing. He's the son of Cuban refugees. The fact that he's able to now badmouth Ukraine and Zelensky and pal up with Putin because Donnie wants him to is pathetic.
So would you stay home during if Rubio was the president, would you stay home if he was running against, let's say, Kamala Harris? Would you stay home for that election? I'm just curious.
I'm not. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
So let me just, and I appreciate your call, honestly. And like I said, feel free to call. Please use your real. If you don't have to use your real name, but you can use any made up name. I hope you're still listening. I'm going to clear the line, give another person a chance. But yesterday I said this, and even some of my own listeners who listen and call every day or criticize me. Trump is 80, right? If you were 80, if I were 80, and I had more money than I could ever spend, right? I mean, he has more money than he'll ever spend. His kids have more money than they'll ever spend. I understand it's a game to the ultra rich, but wouldn't you want to go down because he has a chance to go down in history. He's going to go down in history no matter what. But you have a chance to be revered. I mean, this is all shot now. He can't get this back. But what I'm saying is, going into office, you had a chance to be Washington-like, Lincoln-like, Jefferson-like. No, hear me out. If you drain the swamp, if you reset the clock as to where it was, if you actually did the things that you said you were going to try.
There's one simple pepper trick that anyone can do at home to relieve nerve pain. I've never admitted this publicly.
Or at least try to do, or at least go down fighting and go down in flames trying to do it. You would be remembered as somebody 100 years from now that tried to do something different. We think how magical Washington and Jefferson and Adams and Lincoln were, because we didn't get all the information, and we don't know all the details from what they did, but you had a chance actually to reset the clock and do something